Hello, mummies and daddies. I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. Like every week, this week in our newsletter, I'd like to begin by giving you some key updates. But before I begin that, I want to be able to say just how proud I am of all of our staff members who have been delivering the best quality distance learning under the circumstances possible. I'm really happy to be able to say that we're in a position where most of our teachers are in country, which basically means that when it's time to go into school in person, we are prepared and ready for that particular transition to be done with the drop of a hat as soon as it happens, and we look forward to that. Now, on examinations, many of you would have attended the webinars for Year 11 examinations and our A-level GCSE examinations and our A-level information sessions for the examinations. Thank you very much. It was great to see so many of you there committed to your sons and daughters' education, and we gave you as much information as was possible at the time. So for the international examinations, the information is available and we are working through that. We are waiting for our linear examinations, our UK Ofqual regulated examinations. As soon as we have this information, there will be further webinars to give you exact details. And as my colleague said, Miss McElhone and Mr. Staten mentioned to you, we have experience of this, not entirely the same. However, during COVID, we went through a process as a centre. The exam boards, it was a first time unprecedented. They went through this globally for all the examinations affected. So they have their experience. Our teachers who went through these processes at the time are still in school. So we have this. So your sons and daughters are in good hands. They will not be disadvantaged. The examination portfolio will be put together once we have the guidelines for the exam boards. And we will give you that information as soon as we have it back to yourselves. If you have any queries, there was a forms link shared with you. Please complete that because there may be something personal to yourself. You might be wanting to ask about a specific subject or a specific scenario or circumstance. It's important that you share that information, and Ms. McElhone and her team will be able to get the information back to you. In terms of from year 11 to year 13, it is important that you pay those exam fees. I noticed on the webinars, many parents were asking about this. The deadline is early May. I'd check with the exams office exactly. I want to say the 10th of May, but I may be wrong in that. Please check. It's important you pay the exam fees, and the exam fees will not be reduced. Many people were saying, what are the exam fees for? Your son or daughter will be receiving a certificate for a GCSE or an A-level. The exam boards will have to go through a lot more work now when it comes to assessing your son or daughter's grades according to the work provided, according to the pre-public examinations that have taken place, any other assessments that we submit as part of the portfolio. All of this will be assessed by them. The school in itself has a lot more work to do than students sitting one exam to prepare all this information, which will be moderated, quality assured, and submitted, and we will be assessed and inspected as a exam or a center for examinations. So there's a lot of a process. Parents sometimes just think sitting the exam fee equals giving a fee. It's not just about that. They will be assessed in the methodology might change, but they will still be assessed, and it's that the exam fee is for that particular payment. It's important to make that. But I want to touch more generally about fees in itself. I've noticed that many families have reached out to me. Sometimes it's great to come together as numbers, and there's a standardized letter that parents have been sharing. You need to understand everyone's circumstances are different. So when you share the same format, then we don't know how to assess your personal circumstances. So please understand, there will be people in this situation who will be impacted financially significantly. They may have lost their jobs or the worst. I hope it's not the case. There is a GEMS Cares program that has been in place always. You can check on GEMS Connect. You can reach out to our finance department. And if you are one of those people, unfortunately, who have been affected by this, there is support in place for you across that. Generally, in terms of distance learning, our staffing is the same. Our schools are the same. Teachers are trying to provide the best under the federal circumstances across the entire country. So we are impacted as are you as a community. So if you have circumstances where you've lost your jobs, then that can be considered, and you can go through via GEMS Cares and put those plans in place. Otherwise, there are many parents who are applying and unfortunately they owe term 1 or term 2 fees, which were uninterrupted or unaffected. Please ensure your dues are paid on time, which goes into the next part, which is re-enrollments for the next academic year. Re-enrollments will be open to new students and existing students. Even in times like this, there has to be consistency, and we are working towards those re-enrollments across years. It will be very, very competitive. We are reviewing in terms of how many students we will have in the next academic year under the current circumstances. So if you haven't re-enrolled, it is important you do re-enroll. So whilst we review those, there may be fewer seats than you had previously thought. I don't want any member of our community not to be prepared and planned for this. And then finally, that going to the third part, the fact that Principal Nav is here, our leadership is here, almost all of our teachers are in country, should give us, and many of you actually, almost 80% of our families, actually 84% the last time we surveyed for those that completed it, are in country. Only just less than 16% of our families are out of country. That shows you the commitment we have to the United Arab Emirates. Our futures are here, our sons and daughters' futures are here, and we are committed to this region. And inshallah, things will get better, of course, and we will be here availing the great benefits that this great community provides us. So you have to plan for that particular future. Re-enrollment is one part of that under these times of hardship or difficulty. And I just want to end finally to be able to say a thanks to the country and our great leadership of the United Arab Emirates, who have been able to support. Most of us have gone on with our lives unaffected on a day-to-day basis. We are able to go out. We feel safe. We feel secure. We feel informed. We are notified. We are protected. And sometimes we don't thank our great country for this enough, and I think we should. So that's something I just want to give a gratitude to this country for keeping us in this particular way. And I want to give a gratitude to yourselves to be able to support your sons and daughters. This is obviously not planned for you, and you've been absolutely amazing as mummies and daddies at home, because you have your lives, you have your jobs, and you've been able to transition as best as possible under these circumstances. We've come together as a community, and that is great to see. Any further notifications, I will continue to give those updates in our newsletters, and if it's something we need to give instantly, it will be via emails and through our webinars. So keep an eye out for those. #community.